Sportscast Sports Talk 101 on digital radio, on the app, on your smart speaker, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Facebook. Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Discuss, debate, entertain, and loud.
Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Woo! What is going on?
I really should have. I should have changed my background because there's just a lot of black and yellow
you look
going
great,
on.
man. I was just driving down the freeway, man, and I think I saw a football player holding a sign saying work for change. You know, he was looking, need a job, help me. If you guys don't know, Tuesday was cut day. Got to get it down to a 53-man roster, folks.
Oh
Some
my
very
God!
surprising
There was
cuts.
Cuts, trades. I mean, literally everything. Everything and
certain
anything
quarterbacks
just going
teams.
on. Oh my God! There was. I think there were more moves now than there were anything else. Half throughout the rest of the remaining preseason, the final preseason game. Although with the preseason game, I will say the only one that stood out to me was the Miami game, because I thought Tua looked, as much as I've given him flack all since the Dolphins drafted him, and I'm not a Tua fan. I will say he impressed me with that opening first quarter.
Preseason. It's preseason. So let me tell you something. My fat ass can throw a ball up in the air, and I'm pretty sure Tyreek Hill can catch it. It's preseason. They're playing against scrubs, man. Look, can you bring it on Sunday, Thursday, or Monday? Can you bring it to her? But I will say that was nice seeing them connect with those nice passes. So I'll give you that.
Yeah.
That's
what I was getting. That's mostly what I was getting at.
I know. Don't get it twisted. It's preseason.
No, I know. Definitely preseason. But yes. So what? Obviously, there's been all kinds of news all over the place.
What's going on, SPG?
Yep, I saw he is in the chat. We are folks. We are live on Twitch, Sportscast over on Twitch, on their Twitter account, on their YouTube page, and on my personal Vet Cloud Gaming page. So we're everywhere now. We're just
football,
branching it out.
Baby, is back.
It's football, so we got to be everywhere now.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to know what times, just look at the ticker down below. It's going to have that, and I may actually update that. And we'll start throwing some sports scores. That we'll do. I'll change it and have the sports scores for the Sunday and the Monday games, so it shows those games, those highlights.
I like the background so much, Vet. Look, I even got a drink that matches it. Got a drink that matches the background.
I know. I just realized, we have the new background, my background. It's just a lot of black and yellow.
Black and yellow, black and yellow. You know, there's a song called Black. I'm surprised you should play that in the background. Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Look right at my... Maybe this wasn't a good idea to have it on my page with some of the people. Well, it can't be any worse than Friday. But do we want to talk biggest surprises of the Tuesday deadline? Do we want to talk the San Francisco news, because we know that's been trending all over Twitter.
One news. That's the number one news. That's
been trending all over. There was enough with the San Francisco news that Alex Smith, who's retired, is trending again. And I was confused because I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Did he come back? And I had to actually click on the link to see what was going on, and I realized it wasn't that. It was actually that he was being compared to Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well, because they go Alex Smith and Kaepernick, and then they go Trey, and they go with Jimmy G.
I'll let you chat about it. I'm going to see if I can pull up. There was a link that I want to, or I think it was on Twitter, that I tagged you in. I want to see if I can find that.
Well,
to kind of show that picture.
You guys know I live out here in the Bay Area. I am a huge diehard 49er fan. Right now, the radio, the news, the papers, the fan. We're like, what the hell is going on? But you know what? At the end of the day, let me tell you something. To get Jimmy G a backup at about $6 million, it's pretty smart, folks. It's pretty smart. It's a win-win. Look, he didn't want to go to the Seahawks and play behind a offensive rookie line. He didn't want to deal with the mess going on at Cleveland. He didn't want to go over there with the Panthers. He's money is not a problem with Jimmy G. Jimmy G already made $100 million with the 49ers. He just couldn't win a championship. That was our problem. You know what?
He could win playoff games, just not the big one, the most important one.
But
that
guess
was the
what?
problem.
As a backup for $6 million, because I know they wasn't gonna pay him no $18-19 million as a backup, but to do a deal like that, you have to have a rapport with the management. So my shout out to John Lynch for pulling this off and Jimmy G's agent. But the thing is, though, Trey, I feel sorry for Trey, because Trey, if you don't play, guess who's right on your tail, man? Jimmy G.
Waiting.
Jimmy G. But hey, who does he have a rapport with? With Kittle and Debo? Jimmy G. They love Jimmy G, man. They love him. He propelled these guys' career. He's got them, deep into the winning games and stuff like that. But what scared they look, you can't have Debo running and running and running and running because Trey can't throw the ball because you're gonna kill Debo. So I feel this. Don't tell me this doesn't mess with this kid's psyche, though. I don't care what anybody says.
It's got to.
That's like, hey Ray, guess what? We gonna make you the quarterback. You're the starter, no matter what. You're the man. All right. And then I see Vet walking in, and Vet's your backup. Oh, what? Yeah, he's the backup. Vet's gonna be your backup. But I thought you guys were gonna go get rid of him. Well, see, we ain't completely sold on you. Don't take it personal. It's business. The main thing is winning and getting to a Super Bowl. Plus, if you suck, don't worry. We got the backup. So,
well, that's what that happened in Miami. That was what happened with Tua and Fitzpatrick or Fitzmagic, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan when they benched Fitzpatrick and they put Tua in. We saw how that worked out. But it's the same thing. The difference being Jimmy's a bit more consistent, I think, overall. He's way more consistent. This is what I was going to share here.
Yeah.
Is 49ers quarterback win percentage. Steve Young, obviously at the top, not by much. He just barely. He probably could have had it higher if he hadn't thought he was a running back and succumbed to too many concussions over the years. Right. Joe Montana 72, but look where Jimmy sits, right underneath the two legends of the 49ers. 69%. Alex Smith 51, Jeff Garcia 49%, and Kaepernick came in at 48. I mean, but still, for where Jimmy's at, I was actually shocked when I saw this, because that's pretty damn good for someone that never won the big game. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I would put that whole Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs completely on him.
We almost won.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
We almost won.
Was it all on Jimmy? No, of course not. That was a team effort to collapse at the end, the way they did. And it was the Chiefs. It was just their time. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase that. I thought that was actually really cool.
Another thing I want to point out is the Niners defense is going to be
change
awesome,
the background here, because there was just.
Thank you. The 49ers defense is going to be awesome. So they're going to do a lot of carrying and helping us out. But there's another reason why they had to redo Jimmy G's pay, because they want to sign Bosa. You want, hey, look, This was brilliant because we got one of the best damn backup quarterbacks. So now we got Trey, Jimmy G, and we got Brock Purdy, and they got rid of. I felt sorry for good old Nate. What I don't even remember his name. Nate Felt, whatever. Who cares? He got waived today. So I'm liking it, man. And we got 5 running backs. We kept 5 running backs. We got a running back committee.
You basically got one running back a week, pretty much, and that's not even counting Debo. you factor Debo, and you got like 6 different running backs.
We're gonna. I'm telling you, the defense running. I don't know about the special team. Our special teams ain't never been good, folks. Our special team ain't been great.
Well, no, they have. It's just been when did Dion play?
I'm talking recent, man. Like I ain't talking about ages ago, living in the past, like Jeff and his Dallas Cowboys living back in the '90s. I'm talking about now. What's going on, Run? I'm here to talk about WNBA. Well, then you get your ass out of here. We're talking about football.
Okay, Mom will help you.
That's right.
What do we got here? So yeah. So besides that, there was, let's see, biggest surprise. I got the NFL stuff, but the number one, at least from the NFL, is the Saints trade of Chauncey, Gardner, Johnson to the Eagles made no sense. The 2019 fourth rounders headed into the final season of his rookie deal, and a few team friendly explanations suggested the Saints wanted to get something for him. And let's see. So the Saints received nothing in return. They got a 2023 fifth round and a 2024 sixth round pick in exchange for one of the league's best hybrid slot receivers and a 2025 seventh rounder. Wow, that seems
you better
like
your Commanders better watch out. The Eagles made some moves today.
Yeah. The Washington hasn't done anything. Well, they're saying actually the biggest surprise was the number 2 biggest surprise was that the 49ers have a better chance to win the Super Bowl with Jimmy on their roster.
Stop. You know,
who
wrote that?
What the NFL?
Who was the writer who wrote that?
The article?
Who wrote
let's see. It was Greg Rosenthal.
Stop it. Stop.
And I don't know if he's being like sarcastic or.
Stop. Yeah, he's being sarcastic because guess what?
But he's saying it as perhaps keeping him as a backup on a restructured contract was general manager John Lynch's ace in the hole all along. Like, we really don't know were they really trying to trade him and make an effort to get somebody to take him, or was this the plan all along? Let him recover. Now that you get his contract restructured, he's as a backup. He's got more time to heal, and if you need to put him in, he's going to be 100%. So I don't know.
Where was he going to go? Where was he going to go play?
That's the thing. Nobody was going to take on that money. But the fact is, his contract is restructured, which means even if they want to trade him, they can now because it's easier. It's much easier to trade somebody. Sorry, Ron.
Yes, they have. First of all, today starts Watson's suspension, so we'll see him. We won't be seeing what 11 games.
We'll see him at the end of the season.
Who cares?
It doesn't. Their season's going to be over anyways when he comes back. It's not like they're going to the playoffs. They're basically done. But so the number 3 thing is they said, and this is still with the 49ers, the way he put it is one way you can tell the 49ers never planned any of this. They handed quarterback Nate Sudfeld $2 million guaranteed in March and then cut him Tuesday. I mean, I'm just saying, I wish I was a quarterback that give me $2 million and then cut me. I'm okay with that.
Let me tell you what they did, Vet. Let me tell you what they did. They looked at that last preseason game. And Lynch and Shannon,
dude,
better got Jimmy. I mean,
dude, that was a night. I mean, not so the overall that was just a mess. But the penalties was the other issue that I had. That was the biggest thing that I took out of that preseason, that final game, was a lot of penalties. 10 penalties for over 100 yards. I mean, that's a lot.
The
Let's
only
see.
thing that just worries me, man, now is that now we have an effing quarterback controversy. And that's what
Welcome to Washington, baby.
Trey, how do you feel about Jimmy being back? Oh, it's great. Does that kind of bother you, Trey? Can you sleep easily at night knowing that, Jimmy's gonna, poverty franchise, delusional Detroit Lions fan.
You know what? I love the name.
I love it too.
Love the
Love
name.
it too. Love it too.
That has been. Now, who's the poverty franchise? Are we talking Niners or something?
I don't know about poverty, man. New York's got some money, man. What you talking about? York's got some money.
Maybe he's talking Washington because I could believe that. Let's see who else. I swear there was some. God, I'm trying. Broncos chose Brett Rippon over Josh Johnson as their backup for Wilson. Well, bravo for Rippon. He's got talent. I actually liked watching. He looked good the few times that I've seen him play. The Tim Boyle experiment is now over, and Detroit is over. After he started 3 games last season as Goff's backup, the Lions decided they just couldn't withstand his wild swings between brilliance and befuddlement.
Wow.
That David Blau is set to be the number 2 quarterback, but it wouldn't surprise me if Detroit keeps looking to upgrade. Well, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me either. But then again, it's Detroit. They're just a befuddled mess right now. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Didn't I was hoping would show me. I saw the Vikings. They dropped a quarterback. They got rid of Kellen Mond. How many games will the see?
Let me tell you right now, the Seahawks is a mess, man. Like quarterback is it's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
It is. I don't know. That's a rebuild right off the bat. I like I said, I know everybody's like, yeah, Gino got the start or whoever it is. It doesn't matter.
If they would have cut,
it's not Russell.
If they would have cut Jimmy,
Wilson.
Jimmy could have went over there and played with the Seahawks. But to have those quarterbacks and your O line are some rookies, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't blame Jimmy not being glad he's where he's at, because I don't know if I would want a bunch of rookies being,
put my life.
Let's ask Darnold. Sam, come over here. Tell us how you feel about what would your reaction be to this, or what's the one? Who's the Jets?
Darnold's hurt right now. You know that, right?
Yeah. Does that not surprise? That doesn't really surprise me. I don't think that surprises anybody. He was broken the moment the Jets got rid of him, and that was due to the Jets' lack of knowing how to protect a quarterback. I mean, I'm surprised. That's been a recurring thing. Hell, I'm surprised they were able to protect Brett Favre when they had him.
Right.
So Kellen Mond was released by the Vikings.
Man,
even though he was supposed to be the
poor guy. I thought he was gonna get in there, but nah. Sorry.
Now, Sean Mannion was also cut, so Nick Mullins is the team's backup at this point. I'm looking to see if there's any other good stuff going on here. Steelers and Titans traded for offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Sony Michel is no longer. He's unemployed currently.
He'll get picked up.
He'll somewhere. The one that I am amazed with is the Cowboys dumped quarterbacks Cooper Rush and Will Grier, so they don't currently have a backup on the roster. It's safe to say that won't still be true a week from now. My guess is Rush will make a brief trip to the practice squad. They're going to go after somebody. There's no way they're just going to be like, Dak, it's all up to you, buddy.
Well, that's the whole so when you do the 50-man roster cuts, you waivers and all that, free agency, you can get somebody.
So the one that the best thing, and I was looking at the stats from the Dolphins game. And this doesn't surprise me. The Dolphins kept their 7th-round rookie quarterback pick, Skylar Thompson. I looked up his stats for the preseason. He had 5 touchdowns in 3 games.
Yes.
3 of those came from week 3 of the preseason. He had, I think his QB rating was like a perfect rating. He had like 138 or something. He had ridiculous stats for 3 games. And as a 7th rounder, I'm like, y'all just backfired on you, didn't it? Because he performed better than Tua has.
well, no. What you did, because Tua is prone to get hurt. You got insurance.
Right.
You have insurance.
But it's not like we haven't seen a 7th-round pick before turn into a superstar GOAT.
Exactly.
Not that I'm saying that's what Skylar Thompson is going to end up being, but it's not unheard of. Well, it kind of is. It's only happened that I remember.
The reason you get a backup. If your quarterback goes down, can your backup at least win 1, 2, or 3 games? And there's a lot of backups out there. Like Jimmy, Jimmy can win you some games.
Jimmy's consistent. It's that whatever the issue is with Super Bowl that's his kryptonite. But overall, that's like everybody knocking Kirk Cousins. Cousins is one of the most consistent quarterbacks with in passing in the game, besides like Tom Brady. He's very high up there. It's just he gets flustered. Every quarterback has an issue, but they were saying with this with Skylar Thompson, they were like Rosenthal was saying, he's like, I can already imagine some Nick Mullins-like graphic on a Monday Night Football game where Thompson's yards per attempt mark in his first 5 career starts rival Patrick Mahomes. I watched the highlights of him, and that kid has got some serious talent. For a 7th-round pick, that was a hell of a steal.
Right. Yep. Vikings are what they are. They're gonna be,
I think the Vikings are gonna. I think it's gonna be a different season this year because it's a whole new system. You got a new coach that is building. He's doing what Zimmer never did, and that's build the offense and your game plan around Cousins' talents. Why do you think Cousins was so successful his last 2 seasons in Washington? Because Shanahan and those guys, they built that offensive game plan around Cousins' talents and made him look like he was like Tom Brady, that he was just this elite quarterback. He's not. He's not elite. He's a good quarterback. He shows signs of greatness, but not consistently to make him in that elite category. But you build that offense around his talents, he can be an elite quarterback then. And I think they've got the right staff in there to do that for him. And they've got the talent. They've got receivers. They've got a running game. They've got a great running back. Issue that I'm concerned about with the Vikings is going to be the defense.
But the main thing is, can they go deep in the playoffs and can they win the Super Bowl? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
I think we'll find out after week 1. I think week 1 will determine the fate of the Vikings and the fate of the Packers, because that's a home game for the Vikings against the Packers, and that's going to decide where each team is going to be at the end of the season. That's going to be the deciding factor. And it's crazy that I'm saying that for a week 1 game decides the outcome, the fate of those 2 teams, or especially the Vikings. But that's going to be that important of a game for a week 1 contest, is how big that game is going to be, in my opinion.
Nope.
Marlon Mack got released by the Texans.
I'm pissed off because I got him on my fantasy team, so I hope somebody pick him up. Otherwise, he's just going to be stashed on my bench. So somebody please put him on a team. But the rookie Pierce, though, is going to be the starter on the Houston. So.
Yeah. Well, I saw the Commanders are keeping rookie running back Brian Robinson on the initial roster.
How do you feel about that?
I think it was the right.
You guys got some backs. You got some backs.
Well, we've had the last couple of seasons. We've had very good running backs. The running game has been there. The issue has been and will still be, in my opinion, is going to be the passing game. And I don't care that it's Carson Wentz, and maybe he's going to be the Carson Wentz that was that superstar in Philly, or is he going to be the Carson Wentz that we've seen the last two teams that got rid of him after a year because he's done? And I don't know. I would love him to be the superstar that he was with the Eagles. I just don't have a lot of faith in that.
You mean when Nick Foles came and became the MVP and took him to the Super Bowl? Is that what you're talking about?
Prior to him getting injured, pre-injuries, and when his career just started a spiral downward, that downward trend. I don't expect it to be that. As long as he's consistent and we can get wins, that's all I'm hoping for.
See, that's what I want. I mean, I don't wish anybody to get injured, but let's just say Trey get hurt and Jimmy can pull that off. That would be great. But anyway, go ahead.
That's the thing. Like, if Wentz happens to get injured again, like he's done for the better part of his career, I'm okay with that because we've got Taylor Heineke in the background waiting to jump back in and take over again. And I'm okay with that because Heineke has the potential to be a good quarterback. The fact is that he's the only one that he came real damn close to knocking the Patriots or the Bucks and Brady out of the Super Bowl as an unknown. Nobody knew who the hell he was.
Right.
You heard him on the announce. If the announcers were talking, I can guarantee half the people listening probably thought that they were just talking about a beer.
Right. Right.
But, I mean, he shocked a lot of people. He earned the right to get that starting job. I think it sucks, that they went after Wentz. I don't agree with that decision. That's not my call. I don't know if that was Rivera's or if it came from higher up. But you got to roll with it. That's just the part. It's business.
Ryan Tannehill played for the Dolphins, and he went to the Titans, and he actually did a lot better. So you never know. Sometimes a change of a city, change of team, coach, staff.
Well, look, if anybody can turn Mariota around, it's going to be Steelers, and that maybe that's going to turn things around. Do the Colts turn around with Matty Ice? I think that they have a potential to turn around his career, his finishing up his career.
He don't need he's a vet. He did good with Atlanta Falcons.
But
it was
I
just
think
his end of the road.
Is he going to have a better season than he did probably the last two seasons? I think he's going to be much better.
He has a featured running back in Taylor. So he all he got to do is dunk the ball off to Taylor, and Taylor knocks down guys like pinballs, bowling pins. I think Matty Ice is going to be great. I think he's going to be good.
What do you think of the Bills releasing O.J. Howard after 5 months on the team? To me, that tells me you really you didn't need him, or there were other issues, because you had him for 3 games, and so basically 1 month, which was the preseason, and training camp and some other stuff. So I don't know exactly what, I'm trying to figure out what exactly. Either there had to be something else. They didn't really tell us much with it, but it was they weren't out a whole lot. I mean, it was a 1 year, $3.5 million contract, so it wasn't a huge amount. But I don't know.
Somebody better took the spot,
or they just really didn't need him, because let's be real, the Bills' offense is already freaking stacked.
I mean, they're an explosive offensive team, and there's only so many can get so many people get the ball, so many people can do stuff, but
and like I said, with the Vikings getting rid of Kellen Mond, that was he lasted 1 season, and the issue with him was Zimmer didn't really care to have him. I think it was just it was a draft that he didn't really want. He didn't put enough effort into helping him out, and I think that's the new regime taking over. I think that's why they got rid of him. I never saw that was going to last. That was a Zimmer let's just take it and go with it and hope maybe he'll do well. He never lived up to the expectations
See,
towards the tail end.
Sometimes it can also be. It's not just playing on the field, but was he studying the playbooks? Did he know the plays? Was he a leader?
Yeah.
Did he have chemistry with the players? Did he get along with the staff? There's some things that go behind the scenes that we probably don't know.
Even the reporters, these guys at NFL Network and places like that, they just don't know everything.
Right.
Who do you think is going to pick up Sony Michel? Out of curiosity, because I don't see him sitting on the free agency long.
I'm gonna say East Coast team. East Coast.
I'm trying to think who would need a running back, even just a just an extra one.
Carolina Panthers, they got an awesome running back. The only thing is, this guy does so much running and catching, he gets hurt. So
you think he could end up? You think he could end up going NFC versus AFC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I can see it.
Change.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to get signed. Somebody's going to get him. I think same thing goes with Marlon Mack. I think somebody's going to go after him as well.
So let me tell you about Marlon Mack, though. Marlon Mack had an Achilles injury in 2020. And anytime you're a kid, when you damage your Achilles, your burst of speed and everything kind of, because I messed up my Achilles.
Oh yeah, that's a huge one. Okay, so now we're at the halfway point of the show. I think the where we'll, unless you got anything else news wise, we could kind of go of what our expectations will be for week 1 of the NFL. Because we're basically.
I was hoping you go there. I was hoping you go there.
Week one's next week.
Week know.
1 is that's what still crazy just to even say. God, we're already at week 1 next week.
So
for some reason I thought it was going to be this Thursday, and I'm like, oh wait, that's my birthday.
No.
God would not have been a present.
So guys, September 8th. Now they're saying 9/11 is officially, but don't forget that game on September 8th, the Bills and the Rams.
The official start of NFL. Week 1 of the NFL.
So who you got, brother? Who you going with? Who you going with?
God damn, that's that. I'm going Bills. I'm going Bills on that one. I think they're going to come out because they're going to it's going to be that chip from last year that carries over. I think they're going to come out strong. They're going to come out hot, fast, or it's going to come down to one play. If it's not, the Bills don't take a commanding lead, it's going to come down to one play. I think that's going to make or break whoever wins. It's going to be. I think it'll be high scoring because you've got two good teams.
I'm going to call him the secret silent weapon, and that's Cup. The Rams are coming in. They're the champ. They're coming. They're the champions, and they got the swag. And I love the Bills. I love me some Allen. I think the team is great, but I think the Rams are coming in with the swag. And then also you got to look at.
You don't think there'll be too much overconfidence, do you? Though.
Nah, hey, sometimes there's nothing wrong being overconfidence, but I don't know, man. I just love the rapport that my man Stafford has with Cup. Cup is amazing.
So that is, and let's not forget the defense.
There you go.
There's a key defensive player that came back for another year.
There you go. I think Stephon Diggs is gonna have fits. They're gonna be on him like white on rice. They're gonna be covering him. They're gonna be. I see. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a hell of a game.
Diggs. That's a problem. That's a problem he had even in Minnesota. That the tantrums or whatever you want to call it. It was the Randy Moss effect, almost, if you will, because Moss had the same issues up until he went to New England. But that's just because he was the man there. And I don't. It's going to be a good one no matter what. I'm going Bills, but I could see it going either way. That's probably going to be the hardest one to pick out of all of the games.
All right, so next one is New England and Miami.
All right, hold on. I got a New England. Damn. I like Mac Jones, but I got to go with the Dolphins on that one. I think the Dolphins are going to start off the season. I think they have. As much as I don't like Tua, I think that Tyreek Hill is going to help him more than people realize. Not so much just with just his ability, but if Tua underthrows it by chance, Tyreek Hill's going to be able to fix that situation. We saw that week 3 of the preseason. That 51-yard bomb on the opening drive, that was actually underthrown. If it had been if it had not been, it probably would have been a 70-some or an 80-yard touchdown pass.
Don't forget,
but I think
they still have Waddle, Mostert,
and Waddle was my favorite from last season because he was the highlight of that team through all of their issues. He came out of nowhere, and I was like, "Who the hell is Waddle?" But his stats proved otherwise.
I'm going with you, Miami. I'm going with Miami.
All right, Saints Falcons, and that's at Atlanta.
Saints and Falcons, huh? Saints and Falcons in Atlanta. Ooh, Mariota.
And you got, and let's not, and remember the Saints have a whole new regime at that point. You got a new head coach.
Yeah.
So, and you don't have, your star quarterback is no more. So you're just, not that I love Jamarcus Russell. I love, God, I don't know why.
Jameson
Winston. Jesus.
Yes.
Wow. Well, I didn't like Russell just because he sat out and thought he was a big shot. Now where is he at? He's probably bagging groceries at Walmart.
Oh damn! No.
He's
at Bojangles, man, eating a 6-piece. Hey, can I get some more biscuits, please? Can I get some jelly with my biscuits?
No, I've always been a fan of Winston since he was, even before he was with the Bucks when he was at Florida State. I'll let you go first on this one.
Who you go with? Oh, you go. I'm going. You know what? Wow. I'm gonna go with the Saints. Saints go marching in. I'm going with the Saints.
That's who I was gonna go with, just because. Winston,
they're getting Thomas.
They have a new head coach, but the players are mostly all the same. Winston's been there a while. He's got a rapport with the majority of that team. So I think that's going to favor the Saints. The Falcons are just a mess anyways. I don't care who's the quarterback.
They do have a hell of a running back in Cordell Patterson because he can run and he can catch. And then I don't really see anybody. I don't know. I'm going with the Saints. Who you got next?
Browns at the Panthers.
Wow. Wow.
I just want to say it's a tie.
Wow. Well, wait, Baker Mayfield. Hey, look, everybody's laughing. Baker Mayfield ain't no scrub.
No, I'm going with the Panthers on that one because Mayfield's going to come out and just, I think, be like, look, this is how you wanted it to be. Watch what's going to happen. I think Mayfield's going to have that Aaron Rodgers chip on his shoulder, and I don't. I think it's going to help him more than it will hinder him, and I think the Panthers are going to win this one dominant fashion.
I'm going with the Panthers, and also the running back. The Panthers running back is going to go off, and then they also have DJ Moore. Don't forget they got a receiver.
Now, the Browns do have. I don't know. The passing game is probably going to be. Yeah, Chubb is going to be.
Cooper.
That's going to be the highlight. That's going to be the main highlight because I don't know who the hell they got at quarterback. Well, it doesn't matter. It's not important. They're going to
just so you know, folks. Let me just throw that out here. But Jacoby, that's Jacoby calling me right now. Jacoby Brissett, he got banged up in the last game.
That's called karma. That's karma for the Browns. That's
So
Brown's karma right there
so
coming
you
at
got
you.
you gotta. Hopefully he can heal up. God dang it!
He showed talent, some level of skill set, when he was with the Colts for a while. I mean, it wasn't like
I
elite
agree.
status, but he's
I
got
agree.
skill. I just it's just
But
the
he's not.
Browns are just gonna
I yeah. Browns
I,
ain't winning that. Browns ain't gonna win that. And
no.
I'm not
So
just
we'll
saying
go.
because I hate Watson. I'm just saying
Yeah. No, I agree. The
I,
Browns are
I
just a mess. They've been that way since they came back into the league. Next one up, not 49ers at the Bears. And obviously, I know where you're going. I'm going to go first because I'm assuming I know where you're going to go, but I'm going to go the 49ers on that one because come on now, it's the Bears.
got.
I love Justin Fields.
Mhm.
No disrespect to you, buddy, but it's the it's the Bears.
How did you think Fields did during preseason? Did you
I
see him in
think
the
he did
last
all
game?
right.
Did
Yeah,
okay.
he did. He's done well.
Yeah,
It's just for what it's the Bears. It's like saying
gotcha.
it's the Browns or the
First of all,
Lions. There's just
I'm gonna say it's not gonna be the offense. I'm gonna say it's the Niners defense that they're gonna be all over Fields, and he gonna be all over the field.
I think that's going to be the story for a lot of the Niners games this season is going to be that defense, and that's what's going to shock people or
Or when
surprise
Jimmy
whatever.
or when Jimmy's gonna take over. See, man, this is
That's
that's
going to
just
be the talk,
crazy.
but that's going to be the talk every week. Is all right? Is Jimmy getting called up? Jimmy, you ready? Or is it going to be we're going to be talking the defense? I think we'll be doing that like every week. Next up will be Steelers at the Bengals. I got to go with the Bengals
Bengals
on that one.
going with the
Yeah,
Bengals, man. Come
I
on,
nothing with against
Bengals.
the Steelers, but the Bengals have that one hands down. Eagles at the Lions. Jesus, that's an Eagles win.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry, Goff.
Hurt, Hurts is going off. He's going off.
He's
And
gonna
the
put a
Eagles,
hurting on that.
I think they got a new safety too. So they just went and beefed up the
What
defense.
what I'm gonna be I'm gonna be watching more. Not so much with Hurts and the passing game or the defense. I'm gonna be watching the running game because that's what surprised me the second half of the season last year was their running game just turned. They flipped the switch
Mhm.
and it was just an explosion of
Oh, but don't get it
with
twisted. Hurts can throw that long. He
no,
can
no,
throw
no,
that
no.
deep ball.
I know he can throw,
He can
but I
throw.
said I that's why I said I don't want to take away from the talent that he has. But
Hmm.
it was what shocked me the most last season was the running game the second half. So I'm curious to see is that going to still be there and carry over to the beginning of this season, or is it going to be a slow build again?
Right.
Shit, Jesus. The next up, Colts the Texans. That's the Colts win.
Uh, who you
I'm
got?
sorry,
Who you
I
got?
got the
You got the
Colts over the
Colts.
Texans.
I got the Colts.
Yeah,
First of all, I watched the Texans and first time catching Sportscast evening, gents. What's going on? CGD. What's going on?
some new people, but I forgot that we're live on Vet Cloud Gaming, so I'm able to. I guess it's different hours. We're getting everybody now. What were you saying now?
Uh, Definitely going
The
with the
Colts.
Colts. Going with the Colts. They're not gonna be able to stop Taylor. Taylor's gonna run through them.
Oh God,
Plus,
yeah.
Matty Ice, cold as ice. He's a good veteran. Um, it's gonna be a
Yep.
good game. Now, there's gonna be some upsets though. Let's go. Don't get it twisted though. There's gonna be some
No,
upsets.
yeah, we haven't, and there'll be some in this list that I'm sure will have as an upset.
All right,
Um, it's not going to be the Colts Texans. I can tell you that one.
I agree
Patriots
with you.
at the Dolphins. God, I'm going Dolphins on that one. I think that they're going to come out strong. I love Mac Jones. He's a great quarterback. I think he had an
Hmm.
outstanding first year. I think
Hmm.
he's going to come out strong again this year. But I think that this is going to be it's just going to be too much. I don't know if they're going to be ready to be able to stop Tyreek.
I got the Dolphins, and but don't get it. But they do have some players. See, that's the beautiful thing about the Patriots. They don't have like big star names, but these guys do the work. for a young guy, Mack has looked good. We will see.
Yes.
I agree. He don't.
Yeah,
There's Stevenson, the running back. They got.
But I don't ever count out, and that's the other thing is I don't ever count out the
Belichick.
Patriots.
Belichick.
Yes, that's the factor right there. That's the X factor because we've seen that. We saw that how he did that with Brady. Brady would take the only ones you would ever know would be Brady, Gronk. But if before, when he would have these early teams, you'd have nobodies.
Right.
And Brady would turn everybody into a freaking superstar.
And another thing, folks, don't forget Tyreek Hill. He also gets hurt too.
Yeah.
So he gets hurt.
I mean that's one of those that could probably go either way.
Okay.
Ravens at the Jets. Oh damn! I would say I'm going to go Ravens on that. I almost was. I was debating on saying, do I go Jets?
He got rid of the agent. He's trying to negotiate his deal. So he's trying to get a deal.
As much as I don't like, it's not that I don't like the Ravens. I'm just not a fan of Lamar Jackson.
Well, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Let me explain. And the only reason it's not that I don't like him as a player. He's a good player. He needs to be a quarterback more than a run. I get he can run. That's great. You're a great dual threat. But the fact is, if they take you out your running game, if they can shut him down from running the ball, he's average.
Excuse me, but damn it, if the O-line ain't doing their damn job, guess what? And you see guys coming at you, what do? You run.
I get that run. And that's the best thing he's got going.
Right.
Because you have to, that's the hardest thing for any defense is to figure out how to stop a running quarterback. And we've seen that with teams all the time. Mm-hmm. Michael Vick was one of those. That how the hell do you stop? You have to readjust your entire game plan for someone like that. RG3 was another one. When Washington had RG3, you have to readjust.
Ravens management, get an offensive line and protect your investment.
The problem. Well, yeah, that's the problem because it's one injury and that can destroy his career. We saw what happened with RG3. That's all it takes is one nasty injury and he's done. He's not going to be the same. But I'm still going Ravens over the Jets on that one. I think the Jets
going with Ravens and Jets. You don't have no faith in Flacco?
Not with the Jets. No, I don't.
All right. Who you got?
Jacksonville at Washington.
Going with Jacksonville Jaguars.
No, I'm going
my
Washington.
Upset. That is my upset of the week.
I'm gonna go Washington because that's my team. But I will agree with you though that for an upset pick, I will say Jacksonville for the upset would be the one that would win it because Jacksonville was they were a disaster last year, and I think
their coach was a disaster.
Now they have a good coach now, but I will also say this about Jacksonville, both Jacksonville and the Jets. Mm-hmm. Towards the end of last season, they both of those teams started showing signs of some level of skill, like they could actually turn things around. It's going to take a while, but I think both of those teams could eventually. It may not. I don't think it's going to be this year. I think maybe give them another year. I think we could see those two teams being, maybe 500, maybe a little bit over that. But I think I'm still going Washington for the win. But I will say that Jacksonville would be if there's going to be an upset pick this week, it's going to be Jacksonville over Washington.
My upset of the week is going to be because Wentz. I'm sorry, but I can see him getting sacked. I can see him fumbling the ball. Hell, I can see him, and I don't wish hurt on anybody, but I just hope I hope he doesn't get hurt. But I'm going with the Jaguars.
Yeah, if he gets hurt, it's going to be week 1. He'll be out for probably.
And I'm not trolling you, man. I'm not trolling you. I just
no. I agree. You already know I have been pissed about this stupid Wentz pick since the moment it was announced. I thought that was the dumbest thing they did, and until he proves me wrong, I'm going to be giving him I'm gonna be criticizing it every single week we are on the show. Next up, Giants at the oh shit at the
Who you got?
Titans. That's the Titans win. Sorry, New York. Daniel's gonna be buried.
Henry. Derrick Henry's gonna be he's gonna be running through those guys. Running through. Just
Do they
hand the
have
ball
anybody?
off.
Or are they just going to be moving? It's going to be like the Red Sea, just the parting of the Red Sea.
Have you ever seen this man do a stiff arm, dude? Holy cow.
I feel bad for anybody that gets near him. Yeah, that's no question. The Giants are not. They may as well just be like, you know what? Let him go. It's okay. We're okay. We don't want injuries.
I'm sorry. I know. We got on our network. We got some our colleagues. We got some New York fans.
Yeah,
but you're getting your butt kicked by Henry. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Next up, Chiefs actually this one's going to be. I think it's going to be a good one. Chiefs at the Cardinals. I honestly I don't know with that one. I want to say that, you know what? I'm going to go Cardinals. I think the Chiefs are going to have an issue just because yes, Mahomes can throw, but I've got questions with their receiving core now. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals because they have the same people there and with some additional people that they've acquired that have some serious skill level at the receiving level.
I need to see Kyler and downtown. Hello, Hollywood Brown. Downtown Hollywood Brown. I need to see them actually do some stuff before I give them a pass. So I'm sorry, but I'm going with Patrick Mahomes because I see what he can do. He actually did really good in the playoffs, and
right.
And we'll see.
I could have gone that way too. That's one of the tough ones to pick.
They don't have Hopkins. Hopkins.
Yeah, so I think this next one's going to be another tough one that I could go either way. It's a Raiders at the Chargers. I'm going Raiders on that one, but I could see that could go either way.
Ooh.
That's going to be a good matchup. But Derek Carr and Devontae Adams, I think, are going to be too much for the Chargers defense.
Wow. Sorry, Kevin Chargers. Going with Herbert.
And there's nothing wrong with that, though, because that's another. There's going to be some of these that are just going to be tough ones that could easily go either way.
Yeah.
And I think like that one, the next one up, Packers at the Vikings. I think that's. No part of me wants to say the Packers, so I'm going Vikings, but I can't stand the Packers, and I cannot stand Aaron Rodgers. So that's a clear.
Two-time MVP.
I get he was a two-time MVP. He's however long he's been in the league. That's how long he's been a crybaby since he entered the league. But he's got talent. I will give him that. He's a damn good quarterback. When he's pissed off, that's when he's at his best. And that's the hardest when you can't stop him.
You know what happened last year? Last year, they got spanked the first game. And you know what he said? Chill. Be cool.
Yes, but we also know that he's already called out his receiving core this year. He's already criticized them. Which he has the right. He's the starting quarterback always has the right to criticize his receivers when they need to. Not just the coach, but the quarterback is the one that's throwing the ball.
That's what you do when you're the leader. Tom Brady called out people. That's what
Tom
you
Brady
do.
Will get rid of the coach if he needs to. Oh, wait, he already did that.
That's what when you are a MVP, when you are a champ, because he did win a championship, folks.
When you are back-to-back MVPs, not just MVPs, but when you are back-to-back MVPs, you automatically move up the food chain and say, if I don't like what this guy's doing, I'm going to rip him apart and say, no, you're going to do it this way, or I'm not throwing the ball to you no more. I'll find somebody else. I will say that I'm going Vikings. only because of my personal issue with the Packers.
Where are
I
they
will
playing
say,
at?
though,
Where are they playing at again?
they're playing in Minnesota. Now, I
Playing
will
in
say, though,
Minnesota. Okay.
this game is going to decide the fate of the Vikings season. If they lose, I think that's going to dictate how their season's going to go. But this is going to make or break it for the Vikings. I don't want to say that about the Packers because even with an 0-1 start, Rodgers could turn it around like just with a snap of his finger.
Rodgers is so clutch, man. I've seen this
It
guy.
does not matter. But
Like,
I will say this is a make or break it for the Vikings. And it's weird for me to pick a team and say your week 1 matchup is make or break it for your entire season. But I think it's going to be that high of stakes of a game.
Game 1, that I won't say make or break for the season, but if they get spanked, yeah, it depends on the whooping that they get.
Yeah, it dictates. I think it's going to set the tone for the entire season. May not make or break their season, but it will definitely tell us where the Vikings are going to go this year.
Yeah, I agree.
And the last up, our Sunday night game. We've already seen this one before. I'm almost positive we saw this, I think, 2 years ago. The Bucs at the Cowboys in Dallas. So we already know the outcome of that. It's going to be Brady with the win. And I'm sure there'll be a call. The refs are going to blow one call, and that's going to be like the whole. That's going to be talked about the entire season. Our good trolling buddy Jeff is going to be like, well, it's the quarterback's fault, Dak. It's all Dak's fault. Well, it probably will be because he'll probably be the only quarterback. And hopefully he's smart this time and he doesn't touch the ball and he just lets the ref hand it and try instead of running, straight up the middle thinking he's going to do something.
I hope you somewhere when you look at this and you see me, I got the Cowboys beating the Bucs. And the reason why is Tom Brady didn't get no reps during preseason, man. He didn't do anything.
Do you realize though if he had played all 3 preseason games, you know what he would have done? He would have played maybe two downs. That's it. Or 1. He would have thrown the ball once and be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm Tom Brady. I don't need to do this. It's Tom. He's Tom. He doesn't. If he doesn't want to, eventually, if he retires at the end of this season, Rodgers is going to take over that mantle of, you know what? I don't have to play the preseason. I'm gonna go on a personal leave, go hang out with some of my pals. Like Brady did. We all know Brady was hanging out with Gronk.
Who's got more weapons, Cowboys or the Bucs? Who's got more weapons?
I don't know how many people did the Cowboys get rid of recently.
Cowboy, they got Lamb, they got Pollard, they got a Zeke. They got a hell of a tight end.
What Zeke is going to show up? What Dak Prescott is going to show up?
If Zeke don't show up, you have Pollard.
Yes, I know you got. I will say that they have talent. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good matchup. I'm still rooting for the Bucs to win it. It's Brady and the Bucs. I don't question Brady. No, it doesn't matter if he sits out an entire preseason. It's still Brady. But I think
let me explain something to you, my friend. Brady doesn't have Gronk. There's no Gronk.
Right. You know what though? I think if we really look at this, whoever wins this game, it's gonna be based off of what stupid call, whatever the refs mess up. It's gonna come down to one messed up call by the refs that will dictate the outcome of this game, just like last year or 2 years ago.
There's no Antonio Brown. There's no they do. Hey, they still have Fournette, but good Lord, I mean,
it'll be interesting to see. It definitely will. But like I said, we could go
Julio Jones. Julio Jones.
Julio who Jones? All right, so last one will be our first Monday night of the season. Broncos at Seattle. We already know how that's going to transpire. I'm sorry, Seattle, but you might want to just forfeit that because Russell Wilson's going to demolish you guys. That's going to be one hell of a butt kicking.
The
Broncos might set a record for most points scored in the game. Russell Wilson might get to take a break in the fourth quarter. He puts up so many points over the Seahawks. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be as bad like the Dolphins.
Wait a minute, what stadium are they playing at, my friend? What stadium?
They're in Seattle.
Okay, they're in Seattle. Okay, so they got
they're Russell's coming back home for one night only.
Even the Seattle's 12th man ain't gonna be able to help. Sorry. Russell. I'm going with Russell. And then Russell's got good, crafty receivers. They got two good running backs. Williams and
the issue for me with the Broncos though is going to be defense. It's still to me is the defense, but I think I get defense always helps win the championship, but we've seen, look at the Chiefs. The Chiefs defense gives up 20-some points and they still pull off wins.
Right.
Right. So it's not always a lot. Yes. If you're
wait a minute, we forgot the most important thing there, my friend. It's also a welcome back, Russell. Welcome back.
So he's going to run out onto that field in a Broncos jersey, and yes, there will be boos, but I still think there will be people that will still be, cheering for him. At least until the game starts and he throws like 4 touchdown passes by the second quarter. When they're up 28-0, he may be getting booed left and right. It won't be as bad as like if it was a Philly game, where Philly fans will be out there just pacing, waiting to take him out as he leaves.
I feel sorry for those Seattle receivers, Lockett and Metcalf, because Russell made those guys like household names. He ain't there no more. Not there no
more. I think they may put in requests for trades halfway through the season. And if they don't, they may want to trade out. They may want to go somewhere else at the end of the season. But folks, that's our week 1 predictions. Week 2 should be really fun because week 2 is when we get our first Thursday game. Yes. And not just any Thursday game. That'll be our first Amazon Prime Thursday game. It's too bad we don't have prime time on there, but one can only hope he makes an appearance.
Right.
That would have been fantastic to have prime time on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I agree, my friend.
But and I did see that Deion Sanders is having they're having a hell of an issue down in Mississippi, but that's just because of the floods recently. Yep. And I actually saw some footage of it, and it is no joke. If you've never been in an area where there's flooding, like I know you guys, California gets that every now during the rain season. I've been in it, living in Virginia and down south. It's no joke. It is a scary thing when you see waters and whitecaps and it's in the street.
Yeah.
And you're seeing houses float that are not just supposed to be floating, and they're just floating down the street. And you got people standing on the roofs of those houses as they're just floating down because their house was washed away. That shit is no joke. So prayers to everybody that's down there in Jackson, Mississippi, Deion and everybody else in that whole state that's dealing with all of that stuff right now.
Right.
And hopefully they can all get through that. But I think we knocked it out. We got our news. Yeah. We got our week 1 predictions.
Yeah.
We'll have one more round of updates leading up to the week 1 next week. So,
that's right.
Because we got one more. We'll be back next week, same time, same places.
And there's gonna be some new players and new places, and
there'll be new players, some news. Hopefully, no injuries. That's the one thing, and you never want to see right before the season starts. You don't want to see injuries. There could be trades. There'll be news. I'm sure we'll still be talking about Alex Smith and Jimmy G and Trey.
Well, that's all they're talking about right now. That's like the hottest pick right now.
Hopefully something else will take over. I'm sure something else is going to happen. We'll see. Actually, maybe we'll see Dallas get another pick up a second quarterback for Dak to have as his backup. I don't know. But guys, thank you everybody for watching that tuned in. We will see you guys next week. We are out of here.
Peace, guys. Enjoy.